and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Today I'm going to show you how you can get an infant to lay in the bed with your sim, just like this here. And this isn't absolutely perfect, but it means that two adult sims and a baby can sleep on the bed like this. Also, I do know this is not recommended in real life, but this is The Sims, so it's totally fine. There's two ways to do this depending whether you want two adult sims and the infant to be in the bed, or just one adult sim and the infant to be in the bed. I'm gonna go ahead and show you the double bed way and then just explain the other way as I go. I'm gonna move this light out of the way because it's in the way. I'm just gonna move this one to the side and move this bed one over. And that might be enough, but I'm not 100% sure. And I'm going to place the lights what would be over the middle. I'm going to grab this bed again, so just doubling it over. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place it where it's going to snap. So it's going to snap here because we're going to do this big double wide bed. The one next to it, I'm going to grab it and hold Alt and just place this so the center pillow overlaps. But what I'd do is just do it slightly off because then it's going to stop any glitching. I'm going to go ahead and grab this bed. Move it out the way, we don't need it right now. Now grabbing your crib, we can go ahead and place this where we'd like it. So I want it against this bed, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually placing it, I think I might place it fully up here, but we can always change it. What I'm going to do is size it down to as small as it can go using the square bracket keys. If you are on console, go ahead and hold the back two shoulder buttons and left on the D-pad. If you don't know what the D-pad is the arrow keys. And then to raise it up, I press 9, but sometimes it is Control 9, Alt 9 or Shift 9. It just depends on your computer. If you are on console, go ahead and hold both shoulder buttons and press up on the D-pad. And what we're going to do is raise this up twice. You cannot raise it any more than twice. You will see this with all Sims items. It is not functional if you go over twice. Now we have a floating crib here. I'm going to go ahead and test this and make sure the sim can get in it. So I'm going to go ahead and get my adult sim to put my infant in bed. Yeah, she gets in the bed. And what I want to do is shift this across a bit because I feel like when this bed's going to go here, she's going to be quite far away. So what I want to do is just grab it and just shift it slightly, not too far, because if you overlap it too far over this bed, the crib will be not functional anymore. So maybe about that. And again, this is where we just go ahead and do a test. Put her to bed. We can. And I think that is perfect just about there. So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is create a basement under this area. And I've said this many times before, when it comes to these with a basement trick, it does really only work on the ground floor, because if you're going up to the first floor, you'd have to put the item on the first floor or the ground floor and raise it up to the first floor, but then you will have a floating object every time you're on this ground floor. What I do is grab the basement tool, which is the 5th option along. It looks just like this, and I'm going to create a basement under this area, so just enough so both beds would be in it and where the light of the room is in. This is really important. The light has to be in this basement area, so you can see my light, which is above the basement. I'm going to grab the exact same bed again, and what I'm going to do is go down into the basement, and I think it was here, and what we're going to do is raise this up, so same as before, using the Control 9 key until this green line sits on top of the room. Can you see here? There, it's below the room. Now it's on the same height as the room. It's not quite in the right place. I put it one too far along, which is fine, so I'll just go back in and move it along. And you can see there's some glitching here. Do not worry, and the colour is totally wrong. Again, do not worry about this. We are going to fix this. Fix the light in, and it might fix a little bit of the glitching. What we're going to do is get the exact same light we've got up here. I'm just going to copy this and go down into the room below. And we have to sort of guess where it was up here. So it looks like it's at the end of this bed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise this up 30 times. And this will be different depending on the height of your room. My room is using the shortest wall height, so 30 times will match these up exactly. If you are on medium, it is 40 times, and you are on the tallest, it will be 50 times. 7, 28, 29, 30. That is 30 times, and I put it in the wrong place. I put it too far down, but you can see they are at exactly the same height. So now they are exactly lined up so that they are actually overlapping each other, so the lighting should be the same. Now it's just adjusting this bed to make it look a little better. Like I said, can you see the glitching happening? We can fix that again. You just hold it, and if you press Alt, you'll get free placement, and if you slightly place it off, it will improve areas like that. Certain beds will work better than others. You can see this pattern doesn't match up exactly. Certain colour swatches also will line up slightly better, so do bear that in mind. If I go to the all white, I think it looks a little bit better because things are a little bit more hidden, but again, it is not perfect and it never will be. So to put your infant in the crib, what you will have to do instead of the way we did it before, where you clicked on the crib, is click on the actual infant, and I believe it is under baby care. If you can't see it, it might be under more choices, and put in crib, and then your sim will be able to put your baby in the crib. To block that off, I'm actually going to use a chair, and the reason for that is I want to make it look like the sim can actually still sit on the edge of this bed. So what I'm going to do is just pop a chair here, just slightly place into the bed but beneath where the crib would be. And then you can go ahead and size this down to as small as possible. And you will be able to see the little chair under there, which is fine. And I'll just show you that your sim can now sit at the end of the bed. Just like so. I get my sim to relax on this side, and then I can get them to just scoot across to this side, just like that. And now your sim is next to the baby. So if you're wanting to know how to do this, if you just want a double size bed, you can just do this with single beds. So you put one single bed down as one side of the double bed, and the other single bed comes up from the basement, and you just push them close to each other. It does mean only one sim can sleep in the bed next to the baby, but I think that's totally fine if you have a single parent or something like that. So that is it for this build. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!